Oh, yeah.
Look who it is.
Look who it is. It's my boy. It's my boy, the boys.
Boys, gang.
Oh, yeah. Just chilling and grilling. Man, how long have we hung out with each other? Like forever, man. It's been like a whole 10 minutes.
Yeah. About 11.
11. So you say things are getting pretty serious then?
Well, personally, I think you're taking it too fast, Hyram. But I mean, I'm down with it. But just don't be trying to hog Ian, basically, because I want you all to myself. So,
Yeah.
Typical
don't
Hebrew.
step out of line.
Oh shit! So Samuel, you said you had a story to tell us or something.
Yeah, I do. Okay. So, all right. So yesterday I was doing DoorDash. This is at this part of the story is at almost 7:00, which is when I was scheduled to stop door dashing. And here in Fayetteville, there's this street that I absolutely hate. It's on the college. It's called Dixon Street. And there's just college kids all up and down the street, drunk, party boys, just annoying. I just don't like it. And so I'm already annoyed that I'm over there. And the order was for Chipotle, and the parking there is you can either park on the street or park in their super tiny little parking lot. It's maybe 6 spots. And so I pull in, and like I said, this is my last delivery.
Yeah.
And I pull in, I'm annoyed. There's a sign in front of me. I don't give a shit about the sign. I'm not going to read that. I don't care. It could be a handicap sign, and I don't care. I'm going in to get the order, coming out and leaving. I don't care. So I get out, don't even look at the sign. And there's this big, he's probably 6'5", 300 pounds, just a big dude, standing at the front of Chipotle, just leaning on the railing, looking over the parking lot. And as soon as I get to practically the door of Chipotle, he goes, "If you go in there, I'm gonna boot your shit." And I was like, stop, and I was hope he's not talking to me. And I turn around, I was like, "What?" And he was like, "If you go in there, I'm gonna boot your shit. You got to pay to park there." And so now I'm just looking at this guy, and I'm like, "Okay, you're kind of aggravating me, but whatever." I was like, "Who are you? Are you parking enforcement?" And he was like, "Yep, I am." And I was like, "Oh, really? Where's your boot? You don't have it on you." And he was like, "Oh, I got it in my truck right over there." And he points to some direction. And I was like, "No, you don't." And meanwhile, while we're talking, I have kind of come off of the door to face him. And he's still leaning on the rail. And I was like, it takes me 1 minute. I was like, I'm door dashing. It takes me 1 minute to go in and get the order, and come back out. And at this point, he stands up off of the rail, and he faces me, and we're pretty much face to face. And he's like, "As I said, sir, if you go in there, I'm gonna boot your shit." And I kind of overreacted, and I made this kind of fist, right? And I pushed him in the heart, and I pushed him right back into the railing. And as soon as my hand hits him, he's like, "I'm just doing my job, sir. I'm just doing my job." And I was like, "You're not booting fucking shit. I dare you to go down the block and walk down there and haul your ass back here. was like, I'm picking up my order. And then I go into Chipotle, pick up the order, come back out. There's no boot on my shit. And he's still standing looking over the parking lot. That's his pride and joy. And I leave. So that was my story. Kind of interesting, I guess.
Moral of the story: confrontation can solve some problems.
Well, he's just out there. Like, okay, so I would be okay with moving if that wasn't the only spot there, because it really was. There was no other spots around.
Yeah.
Which would mean I would have to park on the other block just to walk to Chipotle for a DoorDash order, which I'm not doing.
Yeah.
And I'm for damn sure not paying $6 for a parking spot to pick up one order that's like $4. So, like I would have moved probably if there was other spots. And it also kind of pissed me off because it was like 7:00 and it's a Monday night. Like, what are you guys doing out here at Chipotle? Like, you fucking weirdos. It made me mad that it was so busy because I just don't like being around people. But honestly, if there was more parking spots, I probably would have just been like, fuck this. I don't want the confrontation, whatever, I'll move. But I was like, no, I'm not moving out of this one parking spot just because the city tells you to talk to me. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
He probably thought you're on some witch shit or something. You had like your ring and like you pushed him in the chest and he's like, don't stop my heart.
Well, no. Okay, I didn't use my ring. I just used my knuckle. It was actually my left hand for some reason. I don't know why I chose that hand, but
that's what freaked him out.
Actually, dude, that guy was heavy, man. Like when I pushed him, it actually like it feels like right here in my elbow, like I worked out. Like he was heavy.
Yeah,
he was a heavy boy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Taboo Podcast, the podcast where we talk about things that aren't supposed to be talked about, and apparently we talk about Chipotle fights too.
Yeah,
confrontation, baby.
We got your host with the most, Ian, with your other host with the most, the Jew, aka
Hyram. That's it.
Right. And we got my dear friend since we were 15 years old, Mr. Samuel Rathie.
That's a lie. We just met 1 month ago. That's a lie. We don't know each other at all.
And my 15-minute friend.
yeah. 1 month and 15-minute friend. No, we decided to do another ghosts and stuff series because it's time to talk about ghost shit. And my best friend since 15 years old, Samuel's got some ghost shit stories he's fixing to tell us. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's August 9th. It's basically October.
It's basically
We're
Halloween.
basically there.
You know, might as well.
It's basically Devil's Night.
Yeah, go ahead, get the skeletons, get the lights, get the freaking pumpkin pie, whatever you want to get. You know, it's ghost time.
You want me to start stories?
No, shut up. So anyway, Hyram, how you doing?
Doing good. Oh no, man,
okay.
I'm excited. Hopefully, it will thunder and rain here in Midland, Texas. That's what I'm waiting on.
Dude, it's been raining here every freaking day. Like,
and I'm missing it.
It's crazy. When you come back, it's just gonna be like green.
It's gonna
like
dry.
It's just gonna be like freaking Colombia. We're gonna be jumping up and down like Puerto Rican. We can do that if you want. Like legit, I'm down. You know, like I'm low on cash right now. Samuel, you in? You want to do some cartel?
I'll supply it. I'll supply it. You want acid? You want to microdose shrooms? You want some cocaine? I got it all.
He's got plugs for everything. You need a plumber? I got a guy.
Awesome.
You need a plumber and PCP?
You want some Molly, bro?
I'm down. But yeah, we decided to do another ghosts and stuff series. So without further ado, we got freaking possession shit. We got freaking Samuel drop kicking a ghost.
Why do I just sound violent this whole podcast now?
Well, piggy fight with the dude at Chipotle, and I drop kick the ghost. Like, no big deal.
No problem.
Well, you didn't drop kick it, but you did kick it. So that's the funny
did.
part. It's true.
I did.
Well, whichever one you want to tell first.
Okay, I'll tell that story
I
first.
love that one.
Okay. So, okay. This was like a weird point in my life because at this time, like I was half kind of living with my parents and half kind of living with Tessa, my girlfriend now. So I was like in a weird spot of like, should I move in with her or like wait a little bit? But anyways, so it was like
Just a second. Do you guys? Well, it's gone now, but I kept hearing like somebody was like blowing into the mic. Did you guys hear that?
I kind of heard that too. That might have been me when I stood up, but I don't know.
It was like for a solid like 5 seconds. That was weird. It's gone now.
All right, that's good.
Okay. Anyways, so
there it is. Do you have your AC on or
Is it-
something?
Here.
Technical difficulties. Sorry, y'all. We'll get back to it. All right, go
Is
ahead.
that better? Is it still doing it?
I don't hear it.
It stopped.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
Anyways, so, all right. Recap. So I'm half living with my girlfriend of mine, and then also half living with my parents. So at this particular night, I had chosen to just spend the night at my parents in my bedroom, which like at the time was kind of a little bit weird for me because I'd been like not well, whatever. I'd been spending the night at Tessa's. I wanted to say sleeping with Tessa, but I'd been spending the night at Tessa's and going to bed with her. So we were going to sleep together.
Yeah.
And
a little sexual.
like that had gone on for like 3 months before this night. So I was mainly at her house or her apartment, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sleeping there at night, at my house or my parents' house. And I was having a lot of trouble going to sleep, and I don't remember falling asleep, but what I do remember was I was like, I thought I was still awake in this dream or whatever it was, and in this dream I was like right about on the edge of like falling asleep, and all I heard was like, to me, what it sounded like was like Jake brakes from like a dump truck or like a garbage truck or something. And they were like revving their engine like right outside my window. And I was like, holy shit, they're going to come through the house window and like run me over. And so I like in the dream, or maybe it was in real life, I don't really know. Like I opened my eyes and it's just like completely pitch black. So I grab my phone and like turn on the flashlight and like open the blinds and like start shining the flashlight out the window, which like it didn't do anything because it just reflected back at me, and I was like, oh. Yeah. And so then like I after I like closed the blinds and put my phone down, I like kind of froze because I like felt something in the room with me, and I like kind of slowly turned, and at this point I was like laying back down. So I like kind of slowly turn and I see this like shadowy figure and in the corner of my room, and I was like, oh shit. And I think I closed my eyes and opened them again, and it was like this flowery yellow dress just like floating in front of me, like by my bedside.
What the hell?
And like you could make out like a shadowy outline of somebody, like a girl wearing it, but I don't know, it just scared the fucking shit out of me. And so I like roll off my bed and kick it like as hard as I could, and it literally like turned to dust and like sparkles and then just went away. And I was like, oh my god. And I stayed up like the rest of the night. I was like, this is fucking, I'm not going back to sleep, this is stupid.
Holy cow.
So that was that. I mean, it's not super interesting. I didn't just like see the ghost and I'm like, yo, it's on site, dog, and just drop kick it or something. But I mean, I'm probably downplaying it because it was really like it was terrifying to me. It was so fucking. I was like, nope, hell no.
Yeah, dude. I bet just seeing like anything floating in your room when it's pitch dark is freaking nuts.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it was like a dream or if it was real life because like I remember getting up from off the floor after I kicked it and like sitting back in bed. But I don't know. I don't really know if I was dreaming it or if it was like sleep paralysis or like some version of sleep paralysis or something, but it was really weird. Really, really weird. And I don't know what the truck outside the window had to do with anything because it was loud. Like, and there was actually, by the way, I looked like after all this, after I got back in bed and like looked through the window and it was like pitch black. So there's no reason for a garbage truck or dump truck or semi or anything in a neighborhood to be driving around. And I was like, there's no way there was actually a truck out there. Like I just heard that. So really weird. I don't know what the truck had to do with it, but I really thought it was going to come through the window. Like it sounded like right there. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get run over.
Like, this is it. This is how I die. And then it was some ghost dress thing, some figure. Yeah. Gosh.
Really weird.
Then that's why I don't think it's weird because it's you wouldn't think it's sleep paralysis because I mean sleep paralysis is you're laying down paralyzed to a certain degree. I mean I have heard stories of like people still hallucinating as they're waking up. So I mean it's not far-fetched, but I just feel like damn it was such like an extended amount of time you're awake when you saw that ghost girl, when you heard the truck, when you looked outside the window. It's just kind of, you know, like seems like almost real, like it actually happened.
Well, and what's weird is like my sister Daisy, she has these vivid ass dreams like that all the time and like can't distinguish like reality from like if she's dreaming or not. And she'll like sleepwalk. And especially when she goes to a new place too, is like when it really flares up. And like sometimes she has like super terrifying ones. And sometimes she'll have like funny ones, like one time when we were at the beach in Florida, we had this patio outside of our condo, and she one night, like we were sitting in the living room after everybody went to bed, and she comes like tearing out of the room with the blankets and sheets off her bed, and she like throws them into the patio, and she's like, "Stay out there," and like slams the door, and we were like, "What are you doing, Daisy?" And she was like, "The dogs needed to go outside." And I was like, "What?" And then she went back to sleep. Like, so sometimes she has funny ones and sometimes she has like really creepy ones. Like as a kid, she used to think that there was like a killer gorilla that lived in her closet. And like she would describe it. Like, and she really thought that she was like seeing this thing. And she would like call me into her room and be like, Samuel, it's in here. And I was like, no, it's not. But I mean, she's had dreams about mummies and shit. It's so weird. Like she really does like hallucinate stuff. It's kind of creepy.
Well, tell them about the one where she stood up in the middle of the night and she had a stand-up mirror, and so she saw her reflection and she thought it was a stranger, so she called your mom in the middle of the night. Remember that one?
How do you remember all these stories? I don't hardly remember them.
Because I thought it was the craziest like story. I can tell it. I remember it.
Yeah, go for it, because I don't really remember it. I'll probably remember it when you start telling it.
So it was at, I think, the house in Farmington.
Yeah.
Daisy had woken up in the middle of the night and she was sleepwalking, and she had stood up, and she had, I think, her dresser, and then there was that mirror, you know, as the dressers have, you know, like especially. Okay. And when she stood up, she saw her reflection, but since she was, you know, sleepwalking, she thought it was a stranger in her room. Man. And so she had grabbed her phone and then called your mom, Samuel, and she like was saying, Mom, there's like somebody in my room right now. And then your mom was kind of freaking out, like, what?
Gosh.
She's like, yeah, she's just standing there, just looking at me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do. Yeah, because it was weird. Yeah, she hallucinates stuff, and it's really creepy. But some of them are funny.
But
like a killer gorilla.
Right.
She would describe it as like a gorilla tiger. Like, I don't even know like how to describe it, but she described it like so vividly.
Torilla.
Like, she was petrified of the shit, man. And I was like, no, you're fine. Like, I would always have to go in there and like open her closet and like sift through the stuff and be like, look, there's nothing in here. Like,
wow.
Better watch out. That old Torilla is gonna get you.
the killer Torilla.
Killer Torilla.
That old Tor, he's gonna get you.
Gosh, man.
So, and besides the ghost girl, have you ever had like any other sleep paralysis shit? Sleep paralysis, if that was sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Because I know you sleep weird. You have strange sleep patterns because like throughout the years you spent the night at my house or it's been the night
I've been
at yours.
studying.
Well,
yeah. Studying.
When he's hella tired, he will just talk in his sleep. Like he's just like, no, that's not okay. Or he'll just say like random sentences. And then apparently, I don't know if this is true, we both slept talk and had like a whole ass conversation one night.
Oh, isn't Tessa the one that said that?
No. This was back in when I was living in Kirtland.
Really?
I think it was 5 at 5, the 5 at 5 night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird. That's weird. I don't know. I mean, I've heard people have told me like I've snore in my sleep, or like one time Becca told me that I was screaming in my sleep. So,
what?
Yeah.
You just wake up.
Gosh.
So I don't know. Mexican American.
They don't like to get up early.
Thank you.
In the morning.
They do it real slow.
Oh shit.
Gosh, man. See, I don't have any like hallucinations, or I've had a couple like really vivid dreams, but nothing too like crazy that I couldn't distinguish from like what really happened or real life. I never have a dream. I know what's not.
You know, I remember the goat dream you were telling me about, Mr. Goat Man. Has he returned?
No, nothing, nada.
Damn, dude. Well, dude, I actually had a dream the other night. It had you in it for like most of it. Uh-oh.
Speaking of vivid dreams, actually, I had a really weird.
Oh shit. Y'all still there?